it's hard to say that I would like to see Patrick winning this event, but he really owned that win so hard.
Patrick deserves this tournament, of course. So it is Team E-Man versus Team Jim.
The final battle.
Yeah, the final battle.
They're both always good prepared.
Yeah. Patrick's hand is crazy bad, unless he gets like a good discard of the Jackalope.
Oh, look how shy he laughing. Oh.
It could be really terrible for. I mean, I don't know who starts. Double engage. Okay, chill out. So they are talking a lot. Apparently. Oh, this is such a good hand. If she starts, this hand is insane. If Patrick starts, this hand is terrible. Like, as soon as there is a Colossus on the board, those two engages are worth nothing anymore, even though the card is so insane going first against them.
What's the last card?
I think it was a trap card. It was strike, yeah.
It's strike. Okay.
So this hand going first against a Thunder Dragon deck that has absolutely no back row removal or hand traps, it's basically unbeatable, I think. But we have no idea who starts. This is so... Oh god, please, guys. But they are rolling... it's Jackalope revealed.
Okay.
And Raw was the perfect discard, so... Yeah.
Ouch.
This looks good for Patrick. Yeah, it was basically the dice roll, and the discard could have been terrible. If he discarded Hawk and didn't draw into any other extender, this would have been really bad for Patrick. But at this point, no. Discarding discarding Roar was the perfect discard for him. So going into Reprodokus immediately with the Jackalope and special summoning out a Dark. So he can search a Matrix or a Thunder Dragon Fusion after this. Probably, as he has no normal summon, he's going to search out Matrix and will summon the next Thunderbolt. Oh no, he's going to search for Fusion, summon something, and then special out the Matrix. That makes much more sense, guys.
Yu-Gi-Oh! It's fun and exciting.
Yeah, it is. And so Patrick Döbelin, in his very own private documentary, it's just going ahead, winning the dice rolls to the win, actually. He won all the dice rolls. Oh no, he didn't against Hao, I think.
Yeah.
But he won it and knows that Hao is not playing the Azathoth deck, so he lets him go first in game one. Now we solved the puzzle, guys.
Leo, calm down.
We solved the puzzle. That's what I would do.
Yeah?
Sure.
You don't even know Link.
Oh, this is so terrible. So, drink. Okay, can we keep it like... Okay, so this is the final Farfa. And yeah, so he did not immediately activate Fusion. Okay. That is debatable. So Duo is going to be linked away for a Colossus. I don't know why you would rather use your Dragon Duo instead of your Fusion there. Maybe he just wants to make like, yeah, okay, he wants to summon two Colossus and not just one and a Titan. That makes more sense at this point. So he has Matrix, Dark, Fusion. And does he still have a Hawk in hand, or is that just not? Yeah, so he set a card, which probably is the Fusion. so he's hoping that Zoe is trying to remove the set Fusion, so he can get a search in the next turn, which makes perfect sense. So yeah, double Colossus, always hard for Sky Striker to out, but as there is no Titan or no Hope Harbinger, as we have seen earlier, she can go into a Hornet-droned Hayate, punch for 1,500, and access the anchor immediately. Too bad for her that she does not have an impermanence, but an effect Veiler.
Ooh.
So if it was impermanence and not effect Veiler, she could have impermanenced one Colossus, then search out an anchor, and then resolve so many engages. So yeah, at this point, guys, if you're wondering if you have the money for the impermanence, should I run Veiler or should I run impermanence? Looking at this, you should consider you should consider, at least consider, impermanence. So.
But Patrick is also not sure about this. I mean, for you it's safe, but I guess he expecting something great.
Yeah, I mean, he is still in a position where he has to play through Effect Veiler, Anchor, Shared Ride, and Strike. There are only 2 set cards, so she might have kept the Anchor. Bold prediction. But, I mean, it would make sense because she needs the Anchor on her turn, so she wouldn't risk it to be taken away. Apparently, so she banished Roar. He banished Roar. That makes sense because otherwise, I mean, I see no point in keeping Shared Ride in hand. Like, you have to set Shared Ride. And as he is not searching yet, so Thundering is activated. Do you change Shared Ride? Yes, you do. If you set the Shared Ride, yes. So Titan cannot pop anything, and she gets extra draws to access extra head traps. An option that she could have gone for would have been to not set up an Anchor, but set a Ray into the graveyard so she would survive an OTK. But then again, she would not really be able to do anything on her turn again. Because, yeah. I mean, a Ray draw would have just been so much better than the one of Horner Drones. I guess we can all agree on that.
Did Zoe got anything in her deck list that could make her come back from this situation?
Yeah, I mean, if she does not die this turn, she's in a good spot, I think.
Yeah, if.
So she does not necessarily need anything in her deck that can make a comeback because her entire deck can come back, but she just has to survive. And maybe I'm checking for more hand traps. Let's see. So, she plays Ghost Ogre and Ash as well, so she can draw into those.
Okay.
So,
Strike.
Solemn Strike gets activated on. I was checking her deck list. I couldn't really see what was happening there. Her extra deck is really strong versus Thundering, though, I have to say. Okay, so this strike was used on, I don't know. Yeah, I also think she should have gone for Arcana, but I mean, then the monster that was targeted by Arcana.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that is an OTK because there was no Ray Float and no Arcana access in the opponent's turn. Yeah, to explain the chat, many people are saying that Zoe would be a noob, but she really isn't. She's in one of the most prestigious teams.
Many people say that?
Yeah, some people in the chat say that, but it's definitely not true. She has been performing so well in tournaments. She has topped the LDA stage 2, and she is here in the finals with big opponents in her way. So, yeah. Can't say anything against that. So, they sided it. I mean, with a hand of 2 engages and like going first cards like Shadrate and Strike, you don't do much against a board. That is true. She would have completely wrecked him if she won the dice roll.
So he did 10 minutes of doing something and one lure. Basically, that's Thunder.
Yeah, that's Thunder. That's like going first decks. So, did he...
And we should not forget, it was decided by the dice. So it would started in that point.
I mean, Patrick executed it perfectly. You have to argue for that. But we can't take any credit away from him, obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you have seen his performance in this entire tournament. Patrick is doing so well. He's crushing his opponents in top 8 and top 4. So, he sided out a few dangers. Matrix, I think, like 1. So what he basically sided in is... Let me just check his deck list. Okay, so there is... What is there? Fidenko Seka, obviously the one-off.
Yeah, yep.
Twin Twister. Yeah, that's about it. Don't recommend Gamma. So, there is, see, there's a 4-pile shuffle and a 5-pile shuffle. No one is showing off like our first featured match with a 10-pile shuffle. Like, seriously.
No need for it.
Yeah. So, game 1 goes to Patrick Döbelin, and now we can see if Zoe decides to go first or go second, because go second, she can do much more stuff with her sideboard. Okay.
So let's see. So he doesn't look happy about her start hand.
Nope. That is true indeed. So.
We also know that she has a great issue with featured matches.
Yeah, she doesn't like them. But I mean, she's going to still perform, I believe. So, let's see. Patrick has Nessie. 2 matrices not too good. Diabolos, Lord of the Darkest Lair.
She has a Veiler, Terraforming, I guess.
Yeah. Area 0. Oh, 2 Area 0. No, Foolish Burial Goods. Yeah. I don't know, because they're all too shiny. So, let's try again. Ash Blossom, Terraforming, something that looks like an anchor. Maybe Foolish Burial Goods and Area 0. So, yeah. Patrick's hand is not too good. It's something that you can consider a brick, actually. I mean, he still has 2 dangers, so he can fix the hand easily. And if he manages to like get a discard effect in, then he can even summon Diabolos and rip cards from her hand. So, who starts this game? Super Polymerization. That is a good card. And Foolish Burial Goods. So the hand is not all that terrible. If she manages to find something like Array Encounter with her Area 0, it's like basically half of her deck, then this works. But Failure and Super Polymerization against Thunder is also really nice.
And
rolling the dices. After Nessie was revealed, the Matrix gets ditched to the graveyard, and Nessie gets summoned, so it draws something, obviously. Like, that's what people do, draw something. Jackalope gets revealed. Yeah, this is what I said. Like, if the deck bricks, or looks like it's bricking, then you can still, like, oh, damn, draw. Raw would have been good in hand, actually, I think. deck can still fix the own hand with the dangers. So is there an easy way to get into a Thunder Dragon Dark that searches out a Thunder Dragon Hawk? I think you can normal summon Matrix and then you have an easy access to the Summon Sorceress, but the problem is to... Oh, okay. So there's another Dragon Raw in hand, tribute the Jack, and then reveal the Diablos probably. Or just instantly go for the Summon Sorceress and then search out a Dark to special summon it. And then, nope. Yeah, that makes much more sense. So, he can either decide to summon Prodocus on top of the Diablos.
Yep.
Okay. Then he can activate Dark and special summon Raw and special summon Dark. I always mix those two up. So next he's going to go into Summon Sorceress.
She could interrupt right there. Or am I
wrong? She can interrupt the Summon Sorceress effect, but I don't think she necessarily wants to because she has summoned Super Polymerization in hand. But she does because even though she has Super Polymerization, a Summon Sorceress indicates that there are only 2 Colossus, and with only 2 Colossus you can't make a Titan because Titan requires 3 Thunder Dragon monsters. So, was there... Oh, yeah, she boosted... I think the Dark... he boosted the Dark with Matrix, I think. Because there was no hand effect, right? Until that.
No.
Yeah, okay, so now he searches out the fusion, obviously, and goes for a Titan. There's few resources for the next turn, basically only a fusion, and no card in hand. And if she is about to find an anchor with the 2 draws she has, then she can out this board, maybe. So, her hand is not too great against that. Maybe she's playing Starving Venom Dragon as the extra deck choice for... Let me just check that, because then she could fusion summon Sorceress and Colossus together.
Okay, no. It's her turn.
Yeah. Which would enable her search.
She draw...
Oh, it's
a Ghost Ogre. Okay.
Yeah, so she plays Predator Plant, Duo Dracopelia. Yep. I so know about this card. Absolutely. I think the requirements should be 2 Dark Monsters, right? Maybe 3 Dark Monsters? That would be, like, not the best choice. So she draws a card. Kind of looked like a trap.
And the almighty hand tool may tell us.
Still have to check if there's any other... Nope. No other target for Super Polymerization.
And it is...
There can only be one. So, okay, she can go for the Predator Plant monster now. So, let me just check what this card actually does. Do you summon this in the main monster zone? I don't think you do. But if she has a way to get rid of it, then it's absolutely fine. So, let me just... So terraforming searches out an area 0, and then she can replace the first area 0 with the second one to special summon array, unless area 0 denies the the special summon if it's not destroyed by a card effect. So she Ghost Ogres it.
Also an option.
Yeah, but then I still think that she should run. There can only be one. And should not have discarded it. So constantly get distracted whilst looking for the Predator Plant Fusion card.
Okay, battle phase.
Yeah, I have no idea. So she ogred her own field spell. Kind of forgot about the ogre there. And now she goes into Hayate. So Dragostapelia. Let's try it with that name. There we go.
I have to say, it feels really, really good to see something new on the board today.
Dragostapelia. Like, Predator Plan's not the most popular choice. But, one fusion monster and one dark monster. That makes sense as a requirement. So, once per turn, quick effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, place one Predator counter on it, and if it is level 2 or higher, it becomes level 1 as long as it has a Predator counter. Negate the activated effects of your opponent monsters that have Predator counters. Okay, so yeah. The fusion will now probably search out a hawk. Or duo. I always forget about the duo. Why do I do that? She can now search out the hawk after she banished the dragon. He banished the dragon dark with duo.
Looking forward to the Weissius Düsseldorf. Most of the player will have to fix their decks or prepare them for this amazing grinds and resources of Thunder Dragon deck.
Yeah. But you can't really prepare against it. I mean, you can just side a lot of stuff, but main decking would be not a good idea because there are so many decks right now. There's such a broad variety of decks that can be played. So if you just prepare for Thunder Dragon, you will lose against all the other stuff.
That's right.
Like if you're playing multiple hand traps, then like Sky Striker will just destroy you probably, or Subterra or Altergeist. So... Collapse Surf and Viper Buster was a good draw. Banishing probably a danger. Don't think there is any other relevant Thunder target in the graveyard. Yeah, okay, Summon Sorceress, fine. So, Chainlink 1 Dark, Chainlink 2 Phoenix, maybe? Or Chainlink 1 Dark, Chainlink 2 Viper Buster, and then Chainlink 3 Phoenix. Yeah. You just target the anchor and force it out that way. This time around, there is a Ray Float available for Zoe. So.
Take a great zip out of the vodka bottle to calm her down.
The vodka bottle. So, Matrix discarded for Phoenix. And I mean, at that point, does she have... I think she should have more than 3 spells in the graveyard. Yeah, Alone Area, Zero Terraforming, and Super Polymerization. So she can actually steal something with the Anchor if it is the set card, which it is. So You can actually attempt to steal the Dragon Duo, because Dragon Duo, if it destroys something by battle, it adds a card, basically, or it banishes a card from the graveyard. So yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Anchor is getting banished as it was reset by multi-roll in the end phase after being searched by Shizuku. And Hawk and Collapse. And yeah, at this point, Danger Thunder is just so far ahead, because linking away the Collapse Serpent will just search another Wyver Buster, and then, as it is unavailable this turn, it can like serve as discard fodder for the Thunder Dragon deck. So
that's pretty amazing how this deck always comes back to the same board.
Yeah, it's always a Colossus. Like, he can access them right now, but he has so many more options that he can play with.
And he not even get punished for it in some ways.
You can just overextend and overextend, and as hard, like, the harder you overextend, the better your resources are for the next turn. Because, like, as soon as you have this fusion in grave, you're guaranteed to get like 3, 4, or 5 searches next turn. So
yeah, Patrick needs to put a
Colossus on board.
Right.
As fast as possible. Yep, and there we go again with the Diablo, Lord of the Darkest Lair. So, we're still. Is he going to the battle phase? Okay, so then run over.
I guess yes. Yeah.
Like, he's just not going to destroy the Dragon Duo anyways. He's just going to be left with another Dragon Duo on the field after this. So.
Wow.
Ray is summoned back eventually. Ray is being attacked on, but now Ray can activate the effect to tribute itself and summon another Link monster.
Patrick's reaction in one word, okay.
But I mean, she has a multi-roll with 1 counter on it, so she got that going for her. If she can keep it. So the Collapse Serpent is... What happened there? Okay, so she didn't summon back a Sky Striker monster, she just let Ray die, so she doesn't take damage from battle.
Yeah.
Diabolos tributed the Collapse Serpent, I think. And now we will go into a Unicorn that takes away the multi-roll, which leaves Zoe at no cards in hand and no cards in play. I mean, she has the Thunder Dragon Duo, but that's not hers. And yeah, this is this is a Colossus, a Unicorn, and a Duo. So what are you going to do about it, Top Deck Ray?
Yes.
Mind control. That is not the solution to all of her problems. And there's the handshake. The document. The rise of the Patrick Döbelin was not ended by the fall of Patrick Döbelin. He just went through this entire thing, like train wrecking everything.
How many feature matches he got to do?
4 in a row. He went from the 6th round of Swiss, which his opponent didn't survive, so he didn't even make it to the top 8 cut. So that was already a bubble match for him. That was already like a top 16 match for him. So yeah.
That he accomplished that is really, 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 really strong playing.
Yeah. Team E-Man, the Baumfäller, Patrick Döbelin. He just takes the whole thing. So